Hi, this is Mats Eriksson doing my screencast for Unit 12 for ATM 101, the Weather and Climate of Alaska at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. This time I will discuss the weather in Fairbanks during the week of Monday, March 24th. We will look at weather maps and trends from Sunday, March 23rd, Tuesday the 25th, Wednesday the 26th, and Friday the 28th. When I did my observations for Unit 10, I recorded data for March 20th through the 24th, so I can only compare the Natural Weather Service data to what I recorded for Sunday the 23rd. I hope that's okay. I will also say that I was very confused by several things throughout the work with this unit. I'm hoping that I've done this screencast as it was supposed to be done. It seems like no one else has completed their screencast by now, so I couldn't get any hints from someone else either, but I'll give it a shot. Starting with Sunday, we can see that most of Alaska was influenced by a high pressure system over western Canada, cooling the northeast and the interior of Alaska. Since there are two low pressure systems in the south and the southeast, we should have seen some winds blowing from the north or northeast in Fairbanks. The National Weather Service recorded a temperature of 21 degrees Fahrenheit, and I recorded approximately 22 degrees, so pretty close. By Tuesday, the two low pressure systems had moved up a little bit. The winds had the same direction as Sunday, but we could expect the temperatures to have increased a little bit, which is consistent with the 25 degrees Fahrenheit recorded in Fairbanks on this day. By Wednesday, the low pressure system had moved west towards the Russian east coast. Winds should have been blowing from the east. Fairbanks is almost right in between the low and the high pressure systems, but looking at the isobars, we can see that the low pressure system had greater influence on Fairbanks. This is consistent with the temperature of 29 degrees Fahrenheit, which was warmer than Tuesday's 25 degrees Fahrenheit. On Friday, we observed a change in the pressure systems. Now, Alaska was more or less covered by two high pressure systems. Winds in Fairbanks should have been blowing from the north, and the high pressure systems should have cooled down Fairbanks. This was somewhat proven by the temperature that had decreased from Wednesday's 29 degrees Fahrenheit to only 20 degrees Fahrenheit. On the question about the differences in forecast, I was a little bit confused because the investigation manual or the instructions manual for the screencast says we're supposed to compare Craig with Kotzebue, but it's not even mentioned in the actual investigation. So I'm not sure if I misunderstood the instructions or if the screencast section simply wasn't updated from previous years. But anyways, I found that the forecasts were least accurate in Fairbanks and in Kotzebue. And I apologize if I pronounce Kotzebue the wrong way. I'm just kind of guessing here. And I found them to be most accurate in Kodiak and Talkeetna. I'm not really sure why this is how it is. I would have guessed that the forecasts should have been more accurate in Kotzebue and Kodiak since they are both situated by the ocean. And I'm not sure why this isn't the case. I tried reading, but I didn't really find anything. And now on to the next confusing part, or the next part where I kind of got a little bit lost. According to the manual for this screencast, the temperatures in Kotzebue were lower on Friday than forecast. And again, I'm not sure where I went wrong, but from what I understand, the forecast said 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and it actually turned out to be 13 degrees Fahrenheit, so actually warmer than forecast. I'm also not sure of the answer to the last question regarding why it's more difficult to forecast the weather at higher latitudes than at lower. However, I would guess that it might have something to do with the fact that fewer people live on higher latitudes in general. Like, we have fewer weather stations, and fewer people to take observations. So this might make it harder to create a model to forecast the weather. Maybe it also has something to do with the snow cover. Maybe the changes in albedo throughout the year creates a higher uncertainty in the models. But again, I'm not really sure, and if someone can give me the answer to these questions, I would be very happy. And that's all for this week. Thank you.